Time for a life update. Let's talk about it. Good morning, Crossroads students. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well. I am Andrew, and I'm at our Eldersburg campus.
I'm Ryan, and I'm from our Hampstead campus.
And together, we are.
Don't try this.
you
know,
it never
this
works.
In so many videos, it never works. We never come up with something creative. It just flops every time.
Yeah, you're right. So we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you're doing. Your life updates.
Ooh, words are hard.
I know they are. They are really hard. What's going on in your lives? So send us what you got going on.
Speaking of life updates, Andrew, I wanted to check in with you and see how you were doing with your biking.
My biking. So I bought a bike, and I have ridden it a grand total of 3 times now.
You went out and bought like a whole nother seat too, like an upgraded seat, didn't you?
I bought like a pump to strap to it. I bought the seat. I bought the helmet with like the light on the back, safety first.
Man.
Here's what it is though. This is like honesty. When I was younger, I got like bronchitis as a kid, or something really bad to where like I was coughing a lot. And ever since then, if I like jog or run or like bike out in the cold, my lungs hurt so bad. And I don't know what it is. Maybe everyone has that.
It's
Maybe
it's called being out of shape, Andrew.
You know what? Speaking of being out of shape, Ryan, how's running going?
Wait, I talked about this on the YouTube channel. Oh, man.
Not long ago, you said you were running.
I set myself up for failure there. I got sore. Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about. It took me like 5 days to recover from my thighs being sore. I'm having trouble motivating. That's where I'm at right now.
Yup.
But all that
I think
aside,
it's everyone right now.
Andrew and I's updates aside, we want to hear from you guys, as Andrew just said a minute ago. And as we share some stories about stuff that's going on in our lives, we want to hear what's going on with you. What's going on with you is just as important. So we'd love if you guys would put in the comments or message us on Instagram or text one of us leaders. We would love to hear what has been going on in your life. And we'll be doing that and talking about some of those stories leading into this next week. And speaking of next week, Andrew, could you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be covering next week here on YouTube?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we want to look at this coming week is the topic of worship. And there was a story in the Bible, and I talked about this in a devotional a while back. There was a story in the Bible where Peter was with his disciples, or with the disciples, Jesus' disciples, and they were on a boat, and this big storm came, and Jesus came walking out on the water, and Peter went out to join him. And at some point, Peter took his eyes off of Jesus, and he started looking at everything else going on around him, and he started to sink. And he cried out to Jesus for help. And Jesus grabbed him. They both went back to the boat, and then Jesus calmed the storm. And after that, the Bible says that they all worshiped Jesus. And if you're like me, I think sometimes it's really, really easy to worship Jesus on the other side of an obstacle. It's easy for me to get past, right? It's easy to get past something and be able to worship Jesus for getting you through it. But how do we worship Jesus during the storm? How do we worship Jesus during Corona? The question is Jesus enough for us right now? With everything being canceled and all we wanted was free time, and now all we have is free time, and we're still complaining. And so the question is Jesus enough for us right now? And so we're going to look at what worship looks like during Corona in the spring of 2020. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, Ryan.
That's awesome. I'm pumped, dude. So be sure, guys, to hop back on YouTube next week and check out the videos that will be coming. Again, we put them out every single weekday. So Monday through Thursday, you'll see those devotional videos on worship. And then we'll be back here next Friday for another video together. All right.
Love you guys.
See ya.
See you soon.